Oh, is that big enough? No, I don't think that's big enough. Right. So, a bit of, here we go again. Showed you this the other day. Going to show you again now. Hopefully it become clearer this time. Cut yourself a bit of cotton. Yep. You don't have to use Thread Magic. You can use beeswax. You can buy a little thing of beeswax from oh, who is it that makes a load of the accessories for us? Trying to think of their name now. Begins with H. Hemline. You know Hemline? You know, you see all these pink packets hanging in your sewing shop. Hemline. They make a packet, you know, on their little pink cards of well, I can't see. Probably had too much Christmas cheer. Come on, you little sod. There we are. He's in. I have had too much Christmas cheer because it would have helped, wouldn't it? If I had put that through the needle first. Oh, dear Joe. Right, so have you ever sewn when you've been tipsy? Right, it's a good example, this is. Thread your needle. It's like teaching monkeys how to type. So I'm having a good Christmas day. I am having a fantastic Christmas day. Look, as you can see, I'm having fun. Let's start with the other end. God, Jack. You're mental. Right. This is what happens when you can't see. Right. Thread your needle successfully. Okay. Try and be sensible here. And I'm going to do a ladder stitch, and I'm going to show you again, because I don't think that I showed you very successful. Well, you haven't seen it yet. I try and show you ladder stitch on another project, one of our bathroom accessory projects, but I don't think I actually show you very well. So put your needle through, bury your bottom cord, come through in the same place more or less again, yeah? When you get this little last loop, go through the loop, and that'll make a knot, okay? Now your end is buried, well, in with the stuffing, hopefully. Now this is ladder stitch. You want to go in and out on the same side, come across the top of the fabric, opposite the stitch you just made, and go in and out on that side. Then go back and move up a little tiny bit and go in and out on that side, come across your fabric and go in and out on this side. Right, now I'm deliberately not pulling it tight so I can show you. Go in and out on that side of the fabric, across the top, and in and out on this side of the fabric. Okay, now I'm hoping the camera can pick this up. You can see that there are strands across here. I'll do one more. In and out on that side of the fabric, and across the fabric, and in and out on this side. Yeah? So you can see the strands across the opening, and then when you're ready, you can firmly pull that, and it shuts up that opening. It'll get better as we go along. It shuts up the opening, so you can't see your stitches. That's ladder stitch. So I'm going to carry on while I'm chatting. While I'm doing it, I'm going to chat to you and tell you about my mother. Now, my mum was born in 1926, so, you know, in the age of the flappers and what have you. Well, she wouldn't have known because she was only a baby, wasn't she? But the point is that she grew up in times before we had all these marvellous inventions that we get these days, like the air fresheners and God knows what, right? So this is how I know this will work with the essential oils. When my mother dusted and polished the house, you know, and did all the wood, and, well, she always liked Pledge. She liked the smell of Pledge. She didn't like the lavender one, and she didn't like the lemon one, but she liked the smell of the original Pledge. And she always used to spray the radiators with Pledge. Now I've done a bit more. Let me show you. See? Lovely, isn't it? This is a ladder stitch. Buries the stitches. So she used to spray the radiators, and I said to her, Mum, why are you doing that? And she said, because when the radiators warm up later on, when the heating comes on, she said it'll give off a lovely smell of polish, and the house will smell as if I just polished it. And the funniest part was, I'd seen her do it when I was little, and I was thinking, what on earth is she doing, right? Before my father was due home, because, I mean, she was a housewife in those days, I was only little. She did go back to work when I was older, but she was a housewife in those days. And before my father was due home at 5:30 or whatever, she would take the Pledge and she would spray just a dot behind her ears, you know, like as if she's put on perfume. Well, of course, when he came in the door, he would come and greet her and give her a kiss. He would smell the Pledge. And he would always say, oh, you've been working hard. Well, she'd say, of course, what do you expect? I'm not saying that she didn't work hard, but it was just the way that my father got to appreciate, well, you know, that she hadn't stopped, if you like, by smelling the Pledge on her neck as he gave her a hug and a kiss to say, I'm home, yeah? Well, I know we're talking about Valentine's Day, so I thought that that was relevant because they were married 60 years. So, you know, there must be some truth in it. Now, see, I'm pulling this. So I pulled that now. There's your ladder stitch. As if it was sewn on a machine. That's the ladder stitch. And at the end of it, whoop, now I come to the end of it, I'll do, oh, I don't know where I am. Which side am I? This side. I'll do one more stitch through over the top. And then as I bring that loop, find my loop. My loop is twisted a bit, but there's my loop. I'll take my needle and go through my loop and through my loop twice, yeah? And then that's a knot then at the end. And I can go back and come down somewhere down here, it doesn't matter. Bring my thread through. Yeah. Push down a little bit on the heart. Cut my thread, and as the heart puffs back up, the thread disappears. So that's how we sew up the back using a ladder stitch